Hello everyone, welcome back to another TSW news video, and once again we're into the season of reveals, week 3, and we got more West Coast mainline, and this is coming to us by our friends at All Aboard Studios because they've been at it again, and they're bringing us the West Coast mainline Trent Valley, which is a section of the West Coast mainline that many of you were talking about when we got the West Coast mainline South London Euston to Milton Keynes. A lot of you said it would have made sense to extend it beyond Milton Keynes. Why didn't they do it? Maybe this was in development or up the sleeve, you know. Who knows? Who knows? There is a long-term plan with these routes, and therefore things are mapped out quite early, so that could have been why. But it is coming. So all you that wanted the Trent Valley, it's coming. We've run this many times in TS Classic, of course, and it's always quite an enjoyable section of the West Coast mainline. And what it does is it means, and we'll see it further down, we'll have a look at a route map, it means we've got a very big section now of the West Coast mainline available to us once this comes out. But unfortunately it's different eras, which is a bit of a shame, but that's the only thing. So what about this one from All Aboard Studios? This is going to be 108 miles, which is the longest end-to-end UK mainline route in TSW6. That's pretty big. We're going to have the 350/4, but also we're going to have, it describes it as the cutting edge class 807, which is quite nice. Now, the 807 doesn't appear in any of these screenshots you're going to see today because it's still heavily in development. It's not ready yet to show. So it shows it with stock laid in from other routes at the moment. So it says experience a packed timetable of high-speed intercity, regional stoppers, and heavy freight. So a good mix on this route. It bridges two major West Coast mainline routes between Crewe and Milton Keynes. We'll see that on the route map as we get to it. There are some screenshots and there's a few words from All Aboard Studios as well. I will say as well is that before this comes out, I hope some of the blurry texture issues that we're getting certainly on consoles and with the Birmingham to Crewe route get fixed. It'll be important to get that fixed before this comes out, and then people can enjoy, you know, the whole of this section of the West Coast mainline. It needs to be fixed. I know they're working on that right now, and there's a core issue that DTG are working on as well. Hopefully that comes sooner rather than later, but that will obviously be important. It says bridging the track between Crewe and Milton Keynes. This route links the endpoints of other major West Coast mainline routes in TSW, with Crewe as a shared station from Just Train's upcoming West Coast mainline Crewe to Preston, and Milton Keynes as a shared endpoint from TSW5's core line, the West Coast mainline South, as we just talked about. There's some quite nice shots in this. There's the Pendo making its way along as well. Connecting these stations has been no small task, and this add-on will bring the longest end-to-end UK route into Train Sim World 6, with, as we already mentioned, a massive 108 miles to discover. 108 miles in the Pendo is going to be pretty decent run, isn't it? More screenshots, as you can see, with the Pendo. A moody, misty shot there as well. All Aboard Studios continue to say you can master modern traction with the 350/4 and the 807 and experience the packed timetable of intercity regional stoppers and heavy freight, as we said. And it looks good. It looks pretty good from what we can see. The proof will be when we see some gameplay of it, obviously. Let's have a look at the route map though, because we go from Crewe. The starting point of this one is Crewe, and of course from Crewe you'll be able to jump back to the 80s, and you'll be able to go soon from Crewe up to Preston and then on to Carlisle, and then eventually from Carlisle down to Whitehaven. But for this route itself, we're going from Crewe once again, and you can see at point 3, this is where the previous All Aboard Studios route would then branch off, coming down to Birmingham, down here. But in this one, the green is the Trent Valley. So we'll come through here for Rugeley, Lichfield, Tamworth, Polesworth, etc. Rugby is on this route as well, Wolverton, and then finally we get down to Milton Keynes at the bottom. So over 100 miles in total for this route. Plenty of depots and yards as well on the way down, so which gives all the opportunity for the freight that was mentioned. It mentions there's iconic spotting locations such as Rugby with non-stop action. And there are freight duties to and from Daventry International Rail Freight Terminal as well, which again provides another layer of interest, especially, you know, for, I know there's a lot of you that like running the freight and you don't run the passenger a lot. You much prefer the freight. So it's good when there's plenty of freight involved in some of these routes as well. It just caters to everybody then. That's the route map. I don't know if it says anything else. It doesn't say anything else about it. So it's very brief. But I did notice when I went to the top of it, bear with me scrolling. When we look at the roadmap for December, which is coming out on Thursday, it's going to be reviewed on Thursday. You will see up here the Crew to Preston, which we already knew about from Just Trains. That is coming out within 0 to 3 months. So it's going to be early next year now, isn't it? The Class 90. The Class 90 is 0 to 3 months. Now, hopefully that should layer in as well. That should layer in on a couple of routes, including this one. But I'm looking down here. We've no release date for the Trent Valley. So it does say, you know, release date to be confirmed. It's down in this section. Same with the Medway Valley, which we talked about last week, which you know, a lot of us are looking forward to. So it's in development, it's coming. We don't know when, but it's shaping up to be another decent route. As I said, we need some of the issues with the first route that All Aboard Studios did fixing first, which I'm sure they're going to do. I'm sure they're going to do that. But if you're a UK TSW fan, there's quite a bit to look forward to into next year. And just before we go, let's talk about the Great Western Express remaster as well, because there was a little bit in the article further up from the season of reveals which said it is coming very early in 2026 and we should get some gameplay reveal pretty soon as well. Now, I don't know when that's going to be, but gameplay sounds like it's just around the corner, so, you know, fingers crossed we will get that sooner rather than later. So that's the only other thing I wanted to call out today from today's season of reveals. It's week 3. What do you think? What do you think of this one? What do you think of the season of reveals? Is this a better way to do it than last year where they were announcing one item per day? Who knows, we could have some more surprises to come before DTG go off on their Christmas break. But let me know what you think. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now.